What's going on, Taurus? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for the week of January 23rd to the 29th, 2023. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides regarding the upcoming week. But before we begin this reading, Taurus, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Taurus, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Taurus. Now, one last thing before we begin, the official Mystic merch line has just officially dropped, so click the link in the description box below. Taurus, it will take you to my Teespring store. We got the classic Mystic. You cannot go wrong with that. I know you guys are gonna love it, so I look forward to see you rocking the Mystic merch. But with that being said, let's go ahead and pull the energy and see what wants to come through for you for this upcoming week, Taurus. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Taurus. See what we got. Oof. Okay, Taurus, so let's start this reading off for you with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What frequency do you need more of this week? The first frequency you need more of this week is the frequency of comfort. All right, so make sure that I'm getting you do the little things to make yourself comfortable, because I do see that you're dealing with a little bit of like an emotional situation, potentially for some of you this week, having to do with a person in love. I do feel like there's something about you having to make a very big decision about what you're going to do with someone, how you're going to maintain or change the relationship that you're very close to someone that you're dating or in a relationship with. You have comfort, so what this is coming through is like taking, focus on what you can control. Like maybe I like to wear like silk clothing because it just makes me feel like comfortable. So like the little things like that, just be aware of that this week. All right, we also have heritage. Okay, so the frequency of heritage. There may be something that you want to look at when it comes to your ancestral trauma, or something to do with a pattern that may be repeating. Look at the relationship that your parents had with each other and ask yourself, is that something that I'm subconsciously repeating? I would ask yourself, take a look at your own, like what wounds have you inherited? Because a lot of us do incarnate into these meat suits or physical bodies to heal ancestral trauma. Now, there is another thing coming through about, right? You have comfort and then you have heritage. So there is something about being comfortable with your heritage, being comfortable with your heritage and looking into the mysteries of that. Like for me, for example, there's a lot of Irish blood running through my veins, and there's a lot of like weird notions about like the Irish culture, about how everyone just like drinks, and how there's kind of like this stigma that I know that being like a mystic, a druid in this life, that I'm like, wait, what happened before Saint? What happened to the druids? Like, there's something deeper that a lot of people just think, oh, have a beer. And I'm like, really? You know what I mean? So Are you comfortable with your heritage? Are you believing in the social BS that people tell you about your heritage, right? And so you came here to change something about that, is what I'm intuitively getting. So pay attention to your roots in all ways. And you also have healing, right? So healing, this is coming through, Taurus, definitely as a relationship pattern in your life. You're going to have to make a decision about what you're going to do with someone relating to your security. A lot of you are living with someone, or a lot of you, there's someone here that, once again, this has been a theme for you over months. You're dating someone or you're with someone that somehow it's taking away from your work, is what I keep getting. But you have comfort, healing, and heritage. So you may be wanting to get comfortable with your meat suit and not believing in just like something about that, right? Okay, so we have your opportunity here, Taurus, is the Two of Swords. I am getting that there is an opportunity for you to close something down with someone who you know isn't making you happy anymore. That's your biggest opportunity this week. The Two of Swords is to basically say, no, I cannot be with you anymore, even though it's comfortable to be with you. And it's weird that we have the frequency of comfort, so you might want to look at that. Is there a false sense of comfort that you're with someone here? The Two of Swords is to say no, but it's also coming through as there's an opportunity to look at some sort of blind spot for you, right? Some sort of blind spot in your frequency. There could be something that you know you need to change that you're just not changing. And so we're going to have to clarify what that's about in a moment, Taurus. Now you also have the moon. The moon is your challenge. So your biggest challenge for the 23rd to the 29th is the moon. This has to do, once again, also with your subconscious mind. There could be some sort of ancestral trauma or just some sort of like blind spot that you have. I'm getting you're not really seeing something clearly. I do feel like for those of you that are holding on to a stale relationship, you're not realizing the immensity, like how much that's going to affect you down the road here, Taurus. So with your opportunity being the Two of Swords and your challenge being the moon, we're going to have to clarify what it's about. But clearly your challenge also is like your future may be looking a little bit unknown at this point, okay? Because I'm getting there's a big decision on the line for you, because we move here to your overall general energy, Taurus. Your overall general energy is the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and also the Four of Pentacles here. This is your overall general energy for the week. So clearly you see how the Queen of Swords is pointing right to that Nine of Wands. This has to do with confronting your own wounding. Somehow you're damaged, and that may be holding you back in life in general. Some of you as well, this does have to do with the frequency of like settling for someone. Like you meet someone and you like it's just a random person, and you're telling yourself, this is my soulmate that I need to be with my whole life. And I'm not saying that it's not. If you're close with someone in a romantic thing, I do feel that it is some sort of soul contract. But at the end of the day, clearly the Queen of Swords is telling you to look at something. We're going to have to clarify what it's about in a moment when we clarify. Now you also have the Four of Pentacles here. So there is some sort of thing about security. You may be focused on your security. You know, the Four of Pentacles is a frequency of like kind of being like closed down in some sort of way. So you may have to take your power back. You may have to, especially for those of you who are supporting someone financially around you, or your finances are tied up with someone, I feel like you're going to have to make a decision about this. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, Taurus. Some of you, I don't know if you have a choice in love or this is just your inner aspects, but in what you don't see coming, you have the King of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, and you also have the King of Wands here for you in what you don't see coming. I do feel like for a lot of you, there's a new beginning in love for you here. There's some sort of new beginning when it comes to fire and water, emotions and passion is what I'm getting here. So what I'm getting as well is a lot of you don't realize like how quick your life can change when you can let go of something that's no longer for you. We're going to have to clarify what it's about, but I do feel like there's a new relationship on the horizon for you, but it's first required for you to let go of something that's stale. Okay, and this could even be friends. Like there's people that are meant to be in your life, but you're still just like holding on to something is what I'm getting. And then when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Fool, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you also have the Nine of Swords here. So the number 9 twice and also the Fool, there's a new, like Spirit's advising you to go your own way here and maybe to give up something here. So the 9 of Pentacles is about independence, and it's very synonymous with this 4 of Pentacles energy. You know, like you being self-sufficient, you being reliant on yourself rather than relying on anyone. Like you're living with someone, I'm just getting like your roommates Like you could be living with a family member or a lover, and it's just like you may need to just go your own way. The Fool is a new beginning, and it's tied up to your finances or something to do with the physical earth. Now you have the Nine of Swords here, and you also have the Two of Swords here in your opportunity. So there is some sort of painful reality that I feel like you're just kind of have this band-aid, and instead of like you're like slowly pulling off the band-aid, you're gonna have to rip it off. Okay, so just be aware of that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading, Taurus, and start clarifying the cards to make more sense of it for you. Let's clarify why the Two of Swords is here. All right, why is the Two of Swords here in your opportunity, Taurus, for this week? Let's go ahead and see. The Two of Swords in your opportunity is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Star, and also the King of Swords here. Yeah, so, and the Star intuitively is coming out in reverse. I usually don't read reversals, but intuitively it's coming out that way, the way that I put it down in the spread. And so it's interesting you have the King of Swords, right? So you may be in some sort of like entanglement with someone in your reality here. So I do also feel like it's you giving up on the potential of someone. If you're holding on to a relationship, this could be a friend or it could be a lover. It's a lover for a lot of you. You may just have to say no and realize someone's toxic masculine, or I'm just getting someone's not on the same level of consciousness as you. And so because someone's not on the same level of like spiritual awareness, or they're like, I'm getting like someone's stuck in their own head, and no matter how much you try, you're not going to heal them. And what I'm getting is you're also wasting valuable time with someone. Like, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with, but you also are especially if you're dealing with a lover and you're having sex with this lover and you're exchanging energy, I almost feel like you need to give up on the healing of someone. This is what it's coming through as. Someone around you isn't changing. Now, for those of you not in a romantic setting, this could be a toxic masculine family member as well. This could also be a toxic boss at work, someone who is just not going to ever promote you, or there's something that's just dead in the water is what I'm getting, and it would be more valuable for you to just focus on yourself, okay? Why is the Moon here in your challenge? This could be your intuition is telling you something that you're ignoring as well, as what I'm getting for some of you. Why is the Moon here in your challenge? I'm just getting like social relations could be moving. I don't know, let's see. Why is the Moon here in your challenge? Moon is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and also the Sun. Okay, so you have a little bit of an eclipse energy happening, very powerful in your challenge. Your challenge being the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and also the Sun here to the Moon in your challenge. I feel like there's some sort of new beginning, and in what you don't see coming, it's all about a new beginning. You have the Ace of Wands, and now you have this here. So there's some sort of like thing I feel like you're very established in. There's some sort of stale energy you've been like almost like I'm just getting the energy of you've been putting up with. And I'm also in this reading, I get a lot of somatic things because I'm clairsentient, and I'm almost like literally trying not to like fall asleep. And it's not because your reading's not interesting, but it's because of the energy here. I think you need a change here, Taurus, that's going to make you happy, and it might be a little bit something that's a little bit bold, right? The Knight of Wands and also the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knights are people who chase their dreams, and there's something about a new direction when it comes to people that's going to make you very happy. A stubborn boss or a lover, you're going to have to know who it is for you. Let's see why the Nine of Wands is here. There's some sort of like, yeah, so you may have to go in and heal some sort of ancestral trauma because you find yourself attracting the same type of person in your life. And because it's like, At a certain point, you're going to have to like stop like going downstream, and you're going to have to swim upstream to figure this out, is what I'm getting. So there could be a lot of spiritual like subconscious work you're doing this week. Why is the 9 of Wands here? Why is the 9 of Wands here for Taurus? Okay, yeah. The 9 of Wands is clarified by the Lovers, the 3 of Swords, and also the 10 of Swords. Taurus, you're holding on to something that is not really, you're no longer passionate about it. That's what I'm getting. Like, I'm literally falling asleep. You're doing something, it's just monotonous. It's like your own form of drudgery. Like you're just drudging along here. The 3 of Swords, the Lovers, and also the 10 of Wands. This is either for some of you a work situation that you once loved and now you don't love it anymore. For a lot of you though, this is a lover. This is someone who you're close to. This could be a friend for some of you, a family member, but for a lot of you, because of the Lovers card, it's someone that your heart is tied to, that I'm sorry to say to you, that this person is literally a door box. Like they're not going to evolve with you. And if you try to like, it's almost like the frequency I'm getting, like, they don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Like someone doesn't want to evolve and you are just basically keeping yourself in an arrested state of development, okay? So a lot of you are going to let this go. And what you don't see coming, there's a brand new beginning. I'm almost getting that there's someone, yeah, what I'm getting, and I've been getting this message for you for a few months, like some of you are not realizing that when you let go of this toxic energy or when you say no to it, you cut it out, it's almost like your life is going to transform so quickly because there's been something, a soul contract that's been waiting for you, but it's been not able to come in because you've been holding on to something. So you need to create space. But let's see why the Ace of Wands is here. Why is the Ace of Wands here, Taurus, for you in what you don't see coming? And it's the King of Cups and the King of Cups here. So why is the Ace of Wands here for you, Taurus? The Ace of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and also the Queen of Swords. All right, so someone here is in your field. You may even know, some of you who are like, you may already be talking to someone new, or you may already know who this person is, but you're going to have a big problem moving forward with this new person. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Cups. You have, in what you don't see coming, you have 2 kings, you have 2 queens, you have the Ace of Wands, and you also have the 7 of Cups. Clearly there's some sort of switch thing here. A lot of you are going to be basically ending one relationship, and then before you know it, a new one comes in. Like in late January, even like February, or even this week for some of you. But a lot of you are going to be so, like, you still have an emotional cord with someone who's just not evolving with you. And so the challenge is, because you've held on to something for so long, there's love here. You have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups and what you don't see coming, but then you have that Queen of Swords. For some of you, this could just be you cutting out the old person, but there's someone new. There's a new friend. Whoever you say bye-bye, sayonara, adios, peace out, there's someone new that's meant to come in for you. But you need to just go single for a minute. Like, and I'm getting even for a minute. Like, it's so weird. Let's see why is the Fool here in your advice from Spirit, Taurus? Why is the Fool here in your advice from Spirit? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah. Taurus. The Fool is clarified by the Death card, the Chariot, and also the Four of Pentacles again, Taurus. So your security is saying adios, right? The Death card is a major transformation, and the Chariot, like this is literally, like the Chariot also has to do with a vehicle. So for some of you, and I'm not like advising all of you to do this, but for some of you, if you're in a toxic situation with someone who's just being like, who's like abusing you, or even like I'm getting someone's like, once again, I've got this for so long for you, someone who's not willing to evolve, like they're almost like know what they're doing, like they're almost like passive aggressive, like stubbornly in their own head, and they almost like look down on you is what I'm getting. So get in your car, pack up your stuff and go. That's what's going to lead to more security for you. And it's also saying bye to one level of security, like one sort of thing in the earth realm. Something that provides you security. It's only the Four of Pentacles, though. A lot of you are in the search for the Ten of Pentacles. You're in the search for all of this. Now, some of your emotions are still tied up with the person or the situation that you're letting go of. You're still tied up with it. And some of you are like worried where that, for some reason you care. I'm getting like you care about something more than you should care about it. I don't know why. So why is and that could be having to do with this heritage and the healing and the comfort, like settling for a false comfort or something. Let's see why the Nine of Swords is here in your advice here as well. Why is the Nine of Swords? Like, yeah, don't be afraid. Like Albert Einstein, all the great ones are alone for a period of time. So for some of you, the problem is there's a new one that's just gonna like whoop, come in immediately, like a new relationship, a new opportunity, but that new opportunity may be being blocked by this like lack of ability to let go. So yeah, you still are very in love with someone, even though you're like, so this is like a past life thing. That's why you have the heritage thing. Hold on. The Nine of Swords in your advice is clarified by the King of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and also the Five of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you are just being blinded by your love for someone. You're like, it's almost like you, what is this? It's the frequency coming through is like you're dealing with someone who you almost view as like inferior to yourself. But because what you put out is what you get back, you're not realizing that the person that you're dealing with, this stale situation, also views you that way. They also view they view themselves as superior to you, is what I'm getting. And you're not, some of you know that, but it's just this weird energetic game that you're playing. But the Nine of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. There's clearly meant to be, from a spiritual higher level, some sort of ending here. And the longer that you start, you're playing with fire here, Taurus, is what I'm getting as well. Like if you hold on to something here that you know isn't meant for you, but it's just comfortable, it just gives me the Four of Pentacles frequency, you're really playing with fire, and someone is holding you back more than you believe. And the frequency that I'm getting from this is you almost view this person as like cute, or you almost view this situation as like, well, they're just my little cute idiot. What? Like, that's just what I'm getting. So you're tied up to someone, and I'm that could just be, you know, this is something deep that goes deep. It is a soul contract, but it's basically expired is what I'm getting. So the whole energy of this reading is something is expired. It's clearly dead. But you are very emotionally tied to it, but you want to look closely at that. So this is your advice, Taurus. You with the birdies and the money in the forest, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading. And I'm going to conclude this reading. Thank you so much, Taurus. Definitely go get that Mystic merch if you're interested in it. It is fire. And I'll talk to you next week.